All right, it's time for the most important one. This is the XTRONS Apple CarPlay, and I'm very excited to do this because I had not been able to listen to music at all because they don't make dongles for the cars and an iPhone 16 now. So this is gonna be really cool. I'm very, very excited, and I hope that the backup camera still works because otherwise I'm gonna be probably pretty screwed. So now obviously you have to take out this massive middle trim here just to get access to this. You gotta get plugs out. Super simple stuff, because then over here there's what I think are T20 screws. I could be maybe T15 screws, and you gotta do that to get this guy out, then unplug whatever's in the back there, unscrew that, and then I think take this middle plastic piece out to unscrew 2 more of these bolts, and that's really it. And then it comes to the complicated part of putting this guy in. Now I promise you, dismantling the center console is actually very easy. It has a bunch of screws and has a bunch of things to take off, but as you can see, there's this part that's below the center menu of the center console, and it pops out rather easily, so there's no real chance of you breaking any type of tabs, but just be super careful because it still is plastic, since BMW plastic is not the best and not the strongest, but just go for it. It's very fun. That little wire that I just connected is actually a light, so if you break it, don't really worry about it. I'd be lying if I didn't say this is very intimidating. I don't even know what's behind here because I can't even see fully of everything. Oh boy. So if you guys can see this right here, I was dumb enough to insert or transfer the fiber optic cable from the OEM to the XTRONS one, but I plugged the XTRONS one to the XTRONS one. Yep, you heard that right. So the first thing you have to do is unplug the main cable or the main cluster of cables from whatever type of computer this is. Then take out the fiber optic cable and insert it into the new XTRONS cable. The only thing that you shouldn't do is what I did, is put the new XTRONS cable with the fiber optic cable and plug it into the other end of the XTRONS cable. The one with the fiber optic cable always has to go to the main computer, or that big silver box. Then you plug the other end of the XTRONS cable into the OEM side of that cluster. I do kind of hate how they gave you all of this mess. Well, granted, I think I could just take this guy off because this is just a speaker for who knows what. But anyways, fairly easy job. I'm saying that truthfully, since you guys know how much I've done DIY to this car already. Okay, so both of these screws are out, which means this thing should theoretically, I think, pop on out. It's coming. There we go. Yay. Yay. And oh my god. Make sure that this is in before, because otherwise you won't be able to freaking get it out because there's so much tension on this. Keep in mind, I have the MBT system, not the MBT Evo. So this is a 2015 BMW 435i with the F chassis. So the wires for this big box are actually very, very short. So if you had this box outside and you're trying to unplug the screen, good luck. As you can see, I try to put it in more, just so that way I have more room to pull the wire out to then unclip that little pink section. And boy, that was a struggle and a half, but it is possible to get it out. Just be very careful. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are so close. This is the old one. That was a pain in the rear end to get out. There is a little tab that I was using, and that is to get it out, but it is in there. Just make sure you don't break anything. Okay. So now the old screen's out. That is the old like 10.5 inch or whatever. In with the new 12.3. The most important part of this entire install is to seriously make sure the routing of the wires is very precise, because as you'll find out later on, if you don't route them correctly or route them in a certain way to make as much room as possible, nothing's gonna fit. So right now I'm routing the wires basically OEM style, so
literally just following the OEM wiring to the actual head unit. But then something else you need to understand is that when you buy this XTRONS unit, you do have to use the mounting bracket that comes with it, which is on top, because that's the only way it supports it.
Something about this has me a little worried, where we're gonna have to take off the metal trim piece too, because that I'm pretty sure goes right up to this guy, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that means we're gonna have to like almost fishtail this thing all the way up, which I guess, you know, it could be worse. Okay, so currently I'm pairing them. Connect. So this should be good, I think. So unfortunately I had to connect this guy just so that way I could turn up the volume and stuff. You can hear like a little static, but this is like full volume. Ready? We got music again!
And can you even consider an upgrade on a BMW if nothing goes wrong after the installation? Yeah, no. So check this out.
Well, it plays, it just doesn't play fully now. I don't know the reason for that. Let me open Spotify on my thing again.
And to save you guys some time, if you run into the same issue, just restart your entire Bluetooth settings. Bluetooth is known for its problem of sometimes not being able to connect very well or having that weak signal. So just like anything, just restart it, and normally it should work flawlessly after that. But wow, look at the difference it makes the car look. I mean, yeah, I have a carbon fiber interior trim, but it still looks great.
So here you have all of the Apple CarPlay necessities. You can add stuff to it. It's got, I think, 4 gigabytes of RAM. If not, I got the 8. I don't know. That, guys, alone is a lot for just a little thing like this. You don't need that much. That's basically what's in beginner pre-built PCs. So, a couple things I want to show you. If you're trying to get to the XTRONS unit, you have to hit the exit here. Then if you want to go and fix the rear view camera, making it have signal after plugging in everything correctly, go to that thing. Then you want to go to car info, and then it's the general setting, and then you have to go to original rear camera. So you just click this, it brings down a whole drop down menu and everything. Make sure all this stuff is clicked. I have 360 camera. I don't know if I have voice command, whatever, but you can see that, oh, speed unit, look at that. You can see that you just have to flip a few things. So would I say it's worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Now, another thing that people are saying, like, oh my God, well, I don't like the big old cord because it doesn't look OEM. And this is what I mean by the big cord. I honestly don't think it's really that big of a deal. I think people stress about it too much. I guess theoretically, if you want to hide it, you can. It's pretty simple to do because this trim is very easy to maneuver. You just obviously have to take a lot more stuff out. And since I am changing this eventually, I probably will do it, just not right now. I'll wait till I'm changing that out. But it's a very nice, I think, like $450 piece of technology here, and I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty freaking happy. Now, the only couple things I can't figure out is how to change the units of measurement, which I know you just saw me change miles per hour, but I can't figure out anything else. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Good luck if you're doing it yourself on an F30 chassis, or yeah, an F3X chassis. It's fun. I mean, it's really like one of the easiest things to do. Just have patience with yourself.